Hi there, it's Galen, design team member with Unity Stamp Company. Today I have a fold card for you, and it's a slim style card, and it's a tri-fold card. I have stamping along with some watercolor as well. So for the stamping, I have Unity Stamp Company kit called You Are My Always, and it's a sentiment kit for June 2020. And I stamped that using waterproof ink onto Canson watercolor paper. This is a pretty stamp kit. It has a pretty floral, it has lovely sentiments. I use several sentiments on that. These are pre-die cut and trimmed pieces that I got ready to do this tutorial with. So I have Fisker's paper trimmer. I have an envelope. Now my envelope is 4 1/8 by 9. You can also use a number 10 envelope for that. I have an Altenew watercolor half pans that I'm using along with their palette mat. I use archival ink by Ranger and Jet Black, and I have Pink Fresh Studios dies, and they are slim ornate banner dies that I'm using, and the rest is with the paper trimmer. And so I have a Martha Stewart Craft scoring board, and I also use a bone folder for the scoring of the cardstock. So for the watercolor onto these panels, I'm doing that first. I'm just dipping water and 2 shades of teal right onto that palette mat. And then I'm going to make it real watery. I'm going to go ahead and take this floral section and just dip it right over into that color multiple times until it's something similar to what I like. And I'm going to do it again in a little bit. So I go ahead and add more color to that palette, and I'm going to add some color to that inside sentiment panel as well. So I'm adding some more color to that floral panel. Just go until you're satisfied with how it turns out. And so on to the inside sheet, I just did it one pass each time to get just a hint of watercolor on the inside. I really loved how that turned out. And so if you want, you can add even more. It just never comes out the same twice, and it's up to you how you like it, how much color you really want on each section. And so you heat set that or leave it to dry. I also added 2 black strips of cardstock just to accent each of these panels, one on the top and one on the bottom. And so for the card base, I use an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of 110 pound Neenah Solar White cardstock, and I score that at 3 5/8 inch on the long edge. Then I flip that panel around and I score it again at 3 5/8 inch on that other side there. And so that's going to be a base for the trifold card there. And use the bone folder to get a really nice crease there on one end and then again on the other end. And so that's a basic trifold card. You don't have to cut it to make the diagonal, but we're going to go one more step and cut this panel. And so if you can just leave it just like that and do artwork on the outside and inside of that trifold card there, and it fits nicely in a number 10 envelope or the envelope that I have 4 1/8 by 9 inch. I used what envelopes I happen to have on hand. Now to cut that diagonal, I'm going to cut about 2 inches up from the left side of that cardstock, and I'm going to align the top part of the cutting to the second score line from the left. And I'm going to go from bottom upward just to that second score line. I'm going to add a diagonal cut there. And that's going to show sort of a zigzag look to the card once it's folded. It just adds a little bit of interest. It allows you to peek at the inside of the card once it's closed there. And I like that since I have watercolor on the inside and the outside. And so for that, I have already got my panel ready and dried, both of my panels. I also trimmed a sentiment panel. And I just used flat, clear, double-sided tape for the inside panel there, and I just included that piece there, already dried with sentiments already on it. And on the front, I just trimmed that with a paper trimmer, and I adhered that with foam tape foam double-sided tape, and then I added the sentiment, popped that up as well. And there you go. It's really a simple technique, and it makes an interesting interactive card. A nice different way to do a slim style card. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube. Thanks so much and have a good day.